Okay, so it's cliched to say this car needs no introduction, but this car really does need no introduction. At a time when all Porsche 911s except the GT3 are turbocharged though, does the latest Turbo S still have the allure of its famous predecessors? In the world of 500k supercars, the all-new 992 Series Turbo S brings all the right numbers and continues to do things just a little bit differently. It's not the lightest in its class, but it uses a clever all-wheel drive system and a rear-mounted twin-turbo flat-six, not a mid-mounted V8, to generate massive amounts of traction, both from a standing start and while exiting corners at any speed. It's quicker to 100 than all of its rivals, and even the epic 991 GT2 RS. It's quicker to 200, and its 330k top speed is faster than all but the 720S McLaren and Ferrari F8 Tributo. It's fair to say that modern cars are full of technology that makes driving easier and safer. Porsche is no exception and has its fair share of its own acronyms, like PCM, PTM, PASM, PDCC, PTV+, the list goes on and on. But in this case, every one of those technologies has a specific purpose and improves the driving experience behind the wheel without intruding on the main game, driving fast. So when Porsche said it was going to launch the latest 911 Turbo S at Morgan Park, I wondered how all the performance would mix with a fast-flowing old-school track like this one. And given the mother of all thunderstorms hit Warwick the night before we hit here and continues today, I've got to say, things were looking pretty sketchy. But I needn't have worried. The 911 Turbo S is as docile and user-friendly as you want it to be. Yes, 500 newton meters of torque goes to the front wheels when you want it. Understeer is there for the taking. But it's a lot harder to get oversteer in this car. Even in the wet, it's there for the taking, but it never feels out of control. And in wet mode, which, let's face it, that's really the only thing we can test in these sort of conditions, it's like the hand of God helping you, limiting the thresholds and keeping this thing on rails in conditions it really ought to be all over the place in. There's so much mid-corner and corner exit grip on tap here. The Turbo S just begs you to get on the power harder, earlier, corner after corner, even in conditions like this. It really would take a wood duck to get this thing wrong, with a big hand fist through high-speed puddles. For sure, if it's a pure track-focused 911 you're after, then buy a GT3. But for white-knuckle acceleration and mid-corner traction, nothing quite beats a Turbo S. And the best thing is, it's quite probably faster in a straight line than even Porsche admits. And it'll do those figures time after time with legendary Porsche reliability. Okay, so there are standard turbo, GT2 and GT3 versions of the latest 992 Series 911 yet to come. And they may well be cheaper and more fun to drive than the Turbo S. But although it's more expensive than before, the latest Turbo S is faster, more comfortable, more refined, and offers more accessible performance than ever before, even though it's the quickest ever. So when it comes to supercars with hypercar performance, the latest Turbo S isn't the cheapest, fastest or sexiest, but is the quickest and the most complete. And that is something that will never become a cliche.